Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about a child that vanished and thankfully was found safe. But why he ran away, we probably know why, is because his stepfather and mother was being alleged to have done very heinous things. And tonight, we've got breaking news that the stepfather tried to unalive himself in jail and now is at the hospital brain dead. We're going to give you all of the facts on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is January 17th, 2026. It is currently 8:29 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Tonight, we are talking about the case of little Ryan RJ, as he is affectionately known by his family and friends, who is just a very tragic uh, story, but it's also a beautiful story that he survived and he was out there for over a week on his own. Thank God he is okay. But what this boy has endured is more than most could ever even imagine. And one of the things that he said was just, "I don't wanna ever have to go back. I don't want to ever have to go back." Can you imagine that? Good to see everyone in here. Bo, Susan, Sherry, Carol, Denise, Joyous, Susan, Ratui, Groovy Gal, Catherine, Allison, Carol, Kelly, Sherry, Peggy, Lady Gracious, Susan, Anna Banana, Jen, Carol, good to see you. Happy, hello. Golden, Kathleen, Wendy. Who else do we got? Another Kathy, hello. Peggy, Passion Flowers, Susan, other Kelly, hello. Sheila, hello. Teresa, good to see you. Amanda, Preschool, Jen, Hope Floats. Good to see everyone up in here. Thank you all so much for joining me. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would be so thankful. And share the live out if you would be so kind. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to get down to it. This may be very triggering if you are an S survivor. Might be very triggering for you because I've got the documents and we're going to talk about those. And it is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hello. Yeah. No. RJ is not. RJ is not. It's his stepfather, and he is a monster. And you know what? I think he's a coward. I think he is a fucking coward, to be quite honest with you. When he got exposed about who he is, he folded. He folded. And I don't really have sympathy. I don't really have sympathy, to be quite honest with you. Not really a lot of sympathy given once, and you will understand why once I read these documents. You're going to understand why. And this is the thing. He's innocent until proven guilty, right? Was he not confident in his defense? He tapped out, yes. Yep. That's exactly right. So we're going to first talk about they were indicted on this. Oh, 1 second here. And what is this? 1 second. Okay. All right. And we're going to let me just show you. Let me just show you. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. Here we go.
A graphic warning and a potential trigger warning for the content in this video. George Cole, the stepfather and the child abuse suspect in that case out of Chickasha, the young child, 12 years old, missing for more than a week, has tried to hang himself inside the jail. Sources tell me he is still alive at this time and is, quote, being treated after they found him. This comes just after George Cole's charges were officially posted today. You see those here, including child abuse and neglect. His wife, Kimberly Cole, her charges were also posted today. They have both been arrested. Hers range from child abuse, conspiracy, crimes against nature. Now, this young child, a 12-year-old boy, was found after more than a week by the Cajun Navy. The Chickasha police chief promised that little boy that he would never go back to that home environment again. And the latest breaking news, we are aware of the event that took place at the jail today. But again, that suspect, George Cole, as of this recording on Monday afternoon, is still alive.
So he probably won't be very much longer, uh, because they are planning, from what I understand, to take him off the plug in the next 24 hours. Uh, Good riddance. Okay, we got the documents. I'm going to, I am not going to show them. If you want them, email me. I will send them to you. Google them. Um, YouTube does not like for us to show documents anymore. The last two videos I've did where I've shown, I'm breaking up. Is that better now? Is that better now? That should be better. Okay, audio keeps breaking up. Make sure I'm good now. Okay. Sometimes when I play music, it does that. I don't know why. Um, but I'm not going to show the documents. If you want the documents, you're welcome to. I'll email them to you or whatever. YouTube does not want us to show documents anymore. The last two lives I've did were unmonetized because I showed documents, and there you go. So that's what I said, Donna. So I will read them to you. There is a total of 14 counts for George Franklin Cole, and count through 1 through 8 is child abuse, and child or count 9 is child SA. Count 10, 11, 12 is child neglect. Count 13 is pattern of criminal offense. And count 14 is conspiracy. Jason M. Hicks, the undersigned district attorney of the county, in the name of the authority of the state of Oklahoma, has given information that the county of Caddo and the state of Oklahoma, George Franklin Cole Jr., did then and unlawfully, willingly, knowingly, and wrongfully commit the crimes. Okay. And the count 1, it says on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously using unreasonable force, who was under, it just says the initial RD, who is under the age of 18 at the time, using zip ties and handcuffs to restrain RD in their home overnight. They used handcuffs and zip ties on this poor boy. Yes, that is a long time. And the crime is punishable by imprisonment, with the Department of Corrections not exceeding the imprisonment of 1 year, or by fine of not less than $500. Okay, count 2. Child abuse, class A3 felony, on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously administering an electrical current with a taser on RD, who was under the age of 18. Exactly, Drew. They used a taser on this poor baby. Can you no wonder why this kid ran. She supported it, Passion Flower. She supported it. Her and the stepdaddy. Okay. This crime is punishable by imprisonment in the custody of the Department of Corrections, 20 years to life imprisonment. Count three. On the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously stabbing RD, who was under the age of 18 years old, with a knife. This crime is punishable by imprisonment in the custody of the Department of Corrections of 20 years to life in prison. Thank you, Miss Dolores. Appreciate you, Lovey. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much, my mama. Appreciate you very, very much for your support. This is beyond. Count four. Child use class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously forcing RD, who was under the age of 18, to eat Louisiana hot sauce as punishment. Yeah. Count five. Child abuse, a class A3 felony on or the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously slamming RD's head, who was under the age of 18 years old, into a pickup truck. This crime is punishable by imprisonment in the custody of department for 20 years to life imprisonment. Count six. Child is a class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously administering an electrical current with a taser on RD, who was under the age of 18. It's punishable by 20 years to life imprisonment. Count seven. Child is a class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st of December 2025, by willingly or maliciously striking RD, who was under the age of 18, with a nightstick. What's a nightstick? I don't even know what that is. Just a stick? Oh, a police stick. Okay. Is that what they're called? Okay, I always call them batons. Yeah. Okay. Count eight. Child, a class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025, by willingly, maliciously using a cattle probe on RD, who was under the age of 18, using causing RD to lose a tooth in Woodland, Oklahoma. And this was times two. This is some of the worst I've ever heard. Count nine. Child a Class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously S.A.ing. Okay, this is another initial. ZC, minor child who was under the age of 16 with lewd acts by requiring ZC to view porno graphic videos depicting animals having sex with females. This is why I don't have any sympathy for that fucker. Count 10. Child a Class B1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2015 by willingly or maliciously neglecting RD who was under the age of 18 by not providing an appropriate education. Count 11. Child neglect a Class 1B felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly and maliciously neglecting ZC, who was under the age of 18, by not providing the appropriate education. Count 12. Child elect a Class B1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly or maliciously neglecting RD who was under the age of 18 by failing to provide a lack of supervision. Count 13. Pattern of criminal offenses. A Class D1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025. Two or more criminal offenses are committed that are a part of the same plan, scheme, or adventure. This crime is punishable by fine up to $25,000 or imprisonment for up to 5 years, of which 20% of the sentence must be served or both such time of imprisonment. AFCF times two, the crime is punishable by imprisonment in the custody of the Department of Corrections for uh, 4 years of life, 4 years to life imprisonment. Count 14, conspiracy, a Class C2 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by conspiring, agreeing with Kimberly Cole, that's his mom, to commit the crime of child abuse, a felony by being a person responsible for a child's health, safety, and welfare, willingly and maliciously harmed a child under the age of 18, and said defendant Kimberly Cole did commit child abuse against RD in furtherance of the conspiracy. And that one charges up to 10 years or a fine of $5,000 or both. Okay, let me see if the charges are any different for Kimberly. Count one is the Louisiana hot sauce. Count two, okay, count two is different. This is for Kimberly. Child use a Class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously using unreasonable force against ZC, who is under the age of 18 at the time, by placing her hands around ZC's throat, choking her. Count three for the mom. Child used a Class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously using unreasonable force. RD, who was under the age of 18 at the time, by using zip straps and handcuffs to restrain RD in their home overnight. Can you guys just imagine? Give me a second. Okay. Can you guys just imagine how no wonder he ran? No wonder. Like, we knew it was bad, but not this bad. Didn't know it was this bad. I knew it was bad, but not this bad. Um, thank you, Kelly. ZC is another sibling. Thank you, Wendy. Appreciate you, honey. I just can't believe kids are treated like this. It's just beyond anything. Count three. The first day child abuse, a Class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously using unreasonable force. RD, who was under the age of 18 at the time, by using a zip tie and handcuff or restraining order in the home overnight. Give me 1 second, guys. I need a tissue. Yeah. We have to hear these things, Nevaeh. because it's unacceptable. And the only time people make change is when it's unacceptable. When you get so fed up of being fed up. I'm right here. Did you get a hanky? Okay. Count 4. This is the mother. Child SA, Class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously SAing ZC, a minor who was under the age of 16 years old at the time. Oh my God. By exposing ZC to SE actual acts, specifically the defendant having with a canine, a dog. It's one of I've just never, ever, ever heard something like this. Count 5, child SA, a class A3 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly, maliciously SAZC, a minor who was under the age of 16 at the time by touching her and looking down her shirt in a lewd and lascivious manner. Count 6, child neglect. On or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly or maliciously neglecting RD, who was under the age of 18 at the time, by not providing the appropriate education. Count 7, child neglect, a class B1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December by willingly and maliciously neglecting RD, who was under the age of 18 with the lack of proper supervision. Count 8, child neglect, a class B1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by willingly and maliciously neglecting ZC, who was under the care of not providing a appropriate education. Count 9, conspiracy, a class D1 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by conspiring and agreeing with George Franklin Cole Jr. to commit a crime of child abuse, a felony as a person responsible for the child's health, safety, or welfare willingly and maliciously harmed a child under the age of 18 and said defendant and George Franklin Cole Jr. did abuse RD in furtherance of conspiracy. Count 10. Crimes against nature. A, a class C2 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 to the 31st day of December 2025 by committing a detestable and abominable crime against nature by having unnatural and carnal copulation, by committing SA with a canine named Bear. I have never seen ever. Count 11. Crimes against nature. A class C2 felony on or about the first day of January 2020 through the 31st day of December 2025 by committing a detestable and abominable crime against nature by having unnatural and carnal copulation, by committing SA with a canine named BB. I it's beyond, absolutely beyond.
Documents reveal horrific details on the charges against two adults accused of child abuse. All of this comes after the disappearance of a missing Oklahoma 12-year-old boy, finally found over the weekend hiding inside a building in Caddo County, afraid for his life. News 9's Brianna Brown joins us live this morning with the new allegations against these parents. Brianna?
Lacey, yes, investigators say that Kimberly Cole and George Cole Jr. physically and sexually abused two of their children for several years. Now, because of the nature of the crimes, we are no longer identifying the victims. Cole Jr. was charged on 14 felony counts, including several counts of child abuse, child sexual abuse, and neglect. Kimberly faces 11 similar charges. Now, investigators say George Cole Jr. stabbed, tased, and hit one of the children, and even used zip ties and handcuffs to restrain the child overnight. According to the court filings, both suspects are also accused of using hot sauce as a form of punishment, and neither child has been given a proper education.
When they said crimes against nature, like, I was thinking, like, what would that be? I wasn't thinking about bestiality.
Investigators tell us one of the children previously ran away to a family member's home in December before running away again this month for 9 days.
Kelly.
We spoke with that relative who filed a protective order against the suspects.
I've been wanting to turn them in for the longest time, for years, but I was afraid to because it would come back on me and they would come after me.
Now we know that one of the children isn't.
Listen, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Don't buy it, lady. Listen, nobody would come back on you. All you had to do was tell them. All you had to do was tell them, and they would be in prison forever.
In state custody. However, court dates have not yet been scheduled. Live in Oklahoma City, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
The OSBI also confirms George Cole Jr. is in critical condition as of late last night. He tried to take his own life inside the Caddo County Jail. We'll be following his progress. Well, new court documents reveal
He's a chicken shit, is what he is. Just absolute chicken shit. He ain't worth nothing.
Horrific details in these court documents today. And I'm going to let you behind the scenes a little bit, pull back the curtain on decision making. Part of journalism is obtaining information. Another part, just as important in my opinion, is deciding what to do with that information or what not to do with it. We want to inform the public. That's our job. We also want to minimize harm. That's one of our ethics, especially when it comes to children. So many of you have been following this case out of Chickasha, that 12-year-old boy missing for 9 days. He was finally found and he was...
You know what I hope they do? I hope they give them new names, new identities, new social security numbers, all of that. Just become a new person.
Okay, found safe by the United Cajun Navy. His mom and stepfather now arrested and charged. And these court documents explain why this child likely felt it was necessary to run away. Now that we have these details, I'm going to share some of them with you, and some of them I've decided not to share. I want to minimize harm when it comes to this. And a graphic warning on this video before I begin. We now know, according to investigators, there was a second victim in that home, a young girl, and they lay out just horrific.
When we were talking about this, because we were digging into the family, like there's pictures of all kinds of kids there, and there's got to be more. There's got to be more. He is brain dead, yes. And tomorrow, hopefully, he will split hell's gates wide open.
Physical abuse, beatings, taser, zip ties, handcuffs. Now, some of the allegations, I do not want to get into crimes against nature. We see 2 charges of that. I will tell you this involves one of the parents and sex acts with dogs, but the very specifics of that, don't want to get into that on this video, and we're not doing it on the newscast either. So again, for transparency, if you want to read the very specifics on what's in here, you can find that linked in this story on our KOCO website. But more than anything, please continue to join me in praying for not just the 12-year-old boy, but now we know there was another young girl inside that home. Please join me in praying for them, their recovery, and their future. Thanks for watching. Horrific detail.
It's more than horrific. It's more than horrific. It's more than horrific. I know. This is when they found RJ. I did a short on it.
Woo! We love you, RJ! Woo! Woo! We love you, RJ! Woo!
The hell that those kids went through is one thing, but he truly saved his sibling. He truly did. Okay, now we're going to get to the life support. I wouldn't support his life whatsoever myself, but that's just me. child abuse suspect George Cole Jr. to be removed from life support after, you know, attempt. Let me turn that music down a little bit. I can turn it off now, actually. Okay. Guys, please hit that thumbs up. Caddo County, Oklahoma, George Cole Jr. is set to be taken off life support after a doctor confirmed he is currently has no brain activity, means he's brain dead. I think he was brain dead before he even tried this, if you ask me. According to the Caddo County Sheriff's Office, Cole's wife, Kimberly Cole, is making the decision to take him off life support. George Cole is on life support following an attempted self inflicted unaliving that left him in critical condition. Kimberly is still in custody and will not be allowed to see her husband. Kimberly and George were arrested and charged with multiple counts of child abuse and neglect on January 12th. George Cole had been charged with 14 felonies, including 8 counts of child abuse and 1 count of child SA, 3 counts of child neglect and conspiracy. These charges followed a statewide search for the 12-year-old boy who was found after fleeing the alleged abuse of Kimberly and George. And that's really all it is at this time. These two monsters. I cannot understand these mothers who will allow a man to do this to their kids. I can't, I don't understand it. That's uh, crimes against nature, if you ask me as well. You should be there to support your kids. Um, and another outlet says a judge filed a motion to modify bond for a man charged with multiple felonies, including child abuse, SA abuse, and child neglect, due to him being pronounced brain dead by doctors. Authorities say George Cole Jr. tried to unalive himself while in custody, leaving him in critical condition. The motion filed said that since the attempt, Cole Jr. has been on life support. The judge said the state is likely to take Cole Jr. off life support in the morning or in the coming hours and will be pronounced deceased. Let's give a round of applause for that. I know. I know. I know. I know. Cole was arrested after his stepson went missing in Chickasha on January 6th. The boy was found later by the United Cajun Navy. Cole Jr. was charged, we know, with all the counts and all that, by District Attorney Jason Hicks. The DA stated that the additional counts constitute a pattern of criminal offenses and conspiracy. He was set on a $2.5 million bond. Cole Jr.'s wife, Kimberly Cole, also arrested on felony counts of child A, child SA, and child neglect. Crimes against nature and conspiracy. Her bond is set to 1.5 million. Her court date has not yet been set, but you can bet we will be there. We will be there. Let me pull this up. I want to see something. 1 second. Let's see if I can find that interview real quick. Kimberly. Okay. What is her last name? Last name's Cole, isn't it? Make sure. George. Is it George and Kimberly? Yeah. Look at this. Here we go. I mean, I don't know how they got away with it this long. It's just stunning to me. Who was that old woman that was talking? Was that like a grandma or something or a neighbor? That's what I want to know. Hold on. Kimberly, George Cole. I'm trying to find that interview that they they were talking about when they were there's when the boy was missing. Let me see here. Does he go by something else? Oh well. Oh well. We'll look at it later, I guess. This says when they found him. How can that? It's so she's an aunt. Hmm. Some aunt. Some aunt.
For coming. I'm the public information with the OSBI.
Okay, that's not going to work. Thank you so much, Kelly, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you, my dear.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. If you got gifted today, and say thank you in the chat. Don't be short. We see you. We mean it. Welcome and you belong. From me to you, thank you so much. All right, let's keep it moving along.
Thank you so much, my dear. If you've received that, make sure you give Kelly a big old thank you. Oklahoma. Press conference. Here we go. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Okay. This was it.
The outcome that we were all hoping for has come true. RJ Davis was found safe. He's doing well. And this has been several days now for us, for our law enforcement partners, for our search groups, and everybody involved that has stepped up. The minute that we put out that we had a 12-year-old boy who was missing in this area, in Chickasha, in Grady County, Caddo County, of all the areas that we were looking, you're talking about hundreds of people who came forward and did everything they could, working day in, day out, to make sure that everywhere that was possible to be searched was. And we're talking about groups of people that just cared. They didn't know who this boy was, exactly the full story, but they still stepped up and did everything that they could to make sure that this young man was found safe. What we can say is that today around noon, one of the local groups, United Cajun Navy, these gentlemen who are here behind me, located this 12-year-old child. He was found in Caddo County, near Cement. And when they located him, they of course brought him in, made sure that he was okay, and then at that point he was checked out by first responders, by law enforcement, where he is doing well at this time. Um, I can't even begin to explain to you again our appreciation for all these groups who contacted us, not just these men behind me, but I mean they can attest too. I mean there were people who were working around the clock, searching different areas, calling us, "Hey, we checked here. What about this area as well?" And so these local groups here, they are the heroes during this, and the fact that we found this young boy safe is the ultimate goal, and we appreciate that. The child's biological mother and stepfather that we had talked about remain in the Caddo County Jail at this time on multiple child abuse complaints. That has not changed. The district attorney's office will continue to process those charges. And so when those charges become official, when that happens, I will let everyone know. But we can assure you, RJ was found safe. And at this point, he will not go back to that property. He will not go back to those parents. The OSBI, the Chickasha Police Department, we're going to work closely with DHS to make sure that RJ is put into a safe home, which he deserves at this time moving forward, of course. So that's going to be the plan as we move forward. But at this time, again, we appreciate everybody, local law enforcement,
No,
police. Great.
he's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. They're supposed to take him off um pretty soon. But just because they take you off doesn't mean you die like immediately. Sometimes it's pretty quickly, sometimes it's a little bit longer. But he's
County
not dead
Sheriff's
yet.
Office, Caddo County Sheriff's Office, OHP, District 6 Task Force, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Everybody did a tremendous job contacting the OSBI, making sure that we had the resources necessary as this search progressed forward. So we appreciate everybody that was a part of this. And I'm going to let Chief say a few words real quick.
I'll make mine really short. About a week ago, roughly, when we held the first press conference, I asked for the media's help, and we got it. How I know that to be true is where I met and spoke with RJ. When I was hugging him, he said, "Hey, I saw you on the news." So what you did worked.
Isn't that sweet?
RJ is safe, he is sound, and we stand by our promise. He will not go back to that property. Thank you.
All right. Any follow-up questions?
Can you tell us where exactly he was found? I know you kind of mentioned it, but I guess where he's been this whole entire time. Do we know?
So that's still going to be part of this investigation for us. No, we're not sure exactly how he got from downtown Chickasha to Caddo County exactly, but we know that he made his way.
He is a survivor. He is a survivor. Who's brain dead? I will show you right now. Here we go.
Life-saving measures will end for a child abuse suspect in Oklahoma. Court records show George Cole is now brain dead after attempting suicide. Authorities say he tried to take his own life in the Caddo County Jail. He has been
Wish
in
they
a
didn't say that
hospital
word.
on life support since. Cole and his wife, Kimberly Cole, were recently arrested after his stepson and her son went missing. Investigators say George and Kimberly Cole are accused of harming the boy. He was later found safe and is now in DHS custody. George Cole is also accused of harming a young girl.
Yeah, he's not there yet, but hopefully by morning he will be. But I wish he was still alive. That way he could get a trial and hopefully get the death penalty. his brain dead. What took? Yeah. So he's not there yet, but I think they're supposed to remove it within the short coming hours. From what I understand, it is, Lou. It's truly one of the worst things I've ever heard. So, yeah. Guys, that's all for this one. If anything happens, I will let you guys know. Um, it's really something, really is something. I might be back here in about an hour or so. We might be talking about Jack and Lily, some things I'm working on. It's actually recording it while this live was going on. So I will keep you posted if you're up in the next little bit. I'll be 10:30, maybe even 11 o'clock Eastern. I'll be back if you're awake. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Love you guys. God bless.